Hi, Professor Dan here. And as I mentioned in a Facebook post and emailed out to all my students, boy, this coronavirus really took us by surprise. And just recently, I think like in the last day or so, Governor Kate Brown, our governor in Oregon, ordered the schools closed for a week prior to actually spring break. So there's going to be a 3-week hiatus for all students in terms of the public schools. And that's a tough decision. That is a tough decision. And I really, really respect that decision. Now, the reasoning behind her decision is exactly the same reason why I'm going to keep my school open. And, the reasoning behind hers is that she can't control the environment. And, you get a school with, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids, man, you can't control the environment. You can't wipe down everything between classes. You can't make sure that every time a student coughs that they go wash their hands, etc. Well, being a martial arts school, I can control my environment. And one of the things I've done in a number of classes is actually gone over how to wash your hands. What you actually do to wash your hands when you cough, sniffle, or wipe a runny nose or whatever. But there are a number of things that I'm doing as well. And we're disinfecting the school daily. We're limiting the contact among students. So right now, nobody is sparring. Why? Because they're not going to come in contact and perhaps be an asymptomatic spread of the virus to another student. I'm also training the coaches to recognize the first moment of any kind of coughing, sneezing, nose blowing, etc., sending the student back in to wash their hands, and then the person who spotted it, bam, the coach goes in and washes up as well. So I have a number of things that I'm doing, but like I said, I respect Governor Brown's decision, and it's a tough one. And one thing I also want to mention is that my tagline over the years has been partnering with parents since 1985. And those of you who are parents of my kids, you know how adamant that I am that I am your backup. So I respect also if you make the decision to have your kids stay at home during this period of time. And in doing so, what I'm going to do is, number one is we've been working a lot on sparring lately. Well, that's fine. I can go ahead and shift the belt rank requirements for this upcoming test in 3 to 4 weeks. Because since I'm the curriculum head, I can do that. So it's not like I have to worry about contacting headquarters to see if it's okay. I am headquarters. So there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a number of steps. Number one is that I'm going to send out a series of emails and so forth. And the first one is going to show the rank requirements for each belt level in terms of techniques learned. And I'll just briefly describe this really quickly, but what you have is you have one set that is for everybody, which I call the basics. And then you have 3 moves per belt that the person needs to learn. So let's say if we take a yellow belt, okay, the yellow belt going for senior yellow belt will have the basics, and there's 3 extra moves, 1, 2, 3, that they need to learn. And this is what is required for the belt level. Now, that's the first thing I'm going to send out. But the second thing is that I will send out also another post which will tie in the YouTube videos that I already have up as far as curriculum videos, so that you can tie into those. Now, thirdly, to make things very, very simple, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work I'm going to work like a madman, and I'm going to edit those videos down and send them out per belt level. And this will be a lot of cut and paste, so that what you see is, let's say I mentioned the senior yellow belt. I will put, okay, this is what's needed for senior yellow belt, and then the video behind it, so that the thing is that what you can do is you can end up running a review with your kids at home for those of you who really want to make sure that they aren't spreading it, they aren't catching it, and so forth. And this is what I'm doing so that I can back you up so that they can continue reviewing, they can continue training and so forth. Oh, yeah. And one last thing I did want to mention is that, if your kid is, coughing, sneezing, spraying around, if your kid's sick, keep your kid at home. We're not sure, if it's going to be a cold or a flu or what have you. And it's always better safe than sorry. But anyway. One last thing is, if you're a parent and you're going to be having your kid do this at home, make it fun. Make it fun. If they're doing blocking drills, okay, play like you're going to hit them. If they're doing kicking and punching drills, good. Pull out the pillow, have them blam, 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 blam on the pillow and that sort of thing. And make it a way that you can connect with your child and have them train at the same time. So what we get is we end up having a win-win situation. They connect up more with you martial arts wise. You can even have them teach you. Oh, would they absolutely love that? You could have them teach you the move, and then they can correct it and so forth. And then when they're correcting it, you can always ask them, well, can you show me how that's done? And of course, then again, they practice it. So there's a lot of ways you can go about this, but anyway, I'm gonna get off this video here uno momento, but I am absolutely confident that all of us are gonna pull through this particular crisis. I think we're gonna come out stronger, and the online training or the training via video is something that I wanna give to you because, like I said, anytime that we've been talking, I've got your back. And those of you who are going to come in and train, I'm here, I will be here, and I'm going to make it just as safe as possible. So there you go. Professor Dan, over and out.